Hello, beautiful people. So, yesterday I was speaking to someone, and I was like telling her, I was like, people who know me in the past, they're probably like, where does this girl get off saying these things, right? Where does she get off, acting all holier than thou, right? Because you guys, I was in the world. When I say in the world, I was partying, getting drunk, getting high. I was, man, like I was, I had moments where I felt like I was interested in the same sex. I was just in and out of relationships, a fornicator, right? I put everything over God, you guys, everything. I always found something to help fill my void, rather it be a relationship, rather it be a sport, rather it be just whatever. But it just wasn't of God, right? Everything was an idol in my life. And another thing I thought about too was like, I was bad, you know? And the reason why I'm saying this is because I think that some people think that they're too far gone. They think that they're too far gone. But you're never too far gone. As long as you have breath in your lungs, you have an opportunity to repent and turn from and walk in righteousness and walk in what God has called you to walk in. And so, people are like, well, what changed in my life, let me also say this. I was involved in New Age. I was involved in crystals. I was involved in manifestation. I was involved in opening chakras. I was involved in third eye, opening my third eye. I was involved in meditating. I was involved in yoga. This is why I say the things that I say, because I've been there. I've been there. And so just to kind of give a little bit of my testimony, I was a Christian in my heart. I believed in Jesus Christ. I believed in the Lord. I knew that God existed, and I knew, and I was 1,000% that I was going to be going to heaven. And I had no doubt in my mind, and I found out the hard way that things are not as they appear, right? So getting myself into this new age stuff and dating someone that did love spells on me, right? I had no idea. I didn't consider myself a witch, but I'm very sure that God considered me a witch, right? Especially all the things I just told you guys, right? And I was a lukewarm Christian. I thought, hey, like, Jesus died on the cross. He loves us. End of story. Bye-bye. I didn't know. I wasn't raised in a family, in a household that was telling me, like, to be holy or to live for God. My household believed in God, but my household also talked about horoscopes and also talked about, going to go see psychics and stuff, because no one was brought into the truth, right? So what happened was I ended up being in a relationship with someone, and they did witchcraft on me. I had no idea. I was into all this new age stuff, but I had no idea that they were doing witchcraft on me. I had no idea until one night I tell God, Lord, and I hated to ask, I hated to say this, but I really believe that maybe this person was meant for me. Witchcraft had me delusional. It had my anxiety on high. It had me believing that this person was meant for me. And so I said, Lord, this person's meant for me. I just pray that no, actually, I didn't even say that. I said, Lord, please help me in this person's relationship so that we can walk in righteousness. We can, wait until marriage, that we can get married, so that we can walk in what you've called us to walk into. And so a couple days after I prayed that prayer to God, I had no idea that he was going to answer so quickly. But a couple of days later, that guy couldn't even control himself. He turned into someone I didn't even know, and he just completely disrespected me, and just it was almost like something else spoke through him. he completely disrespected me and just called me out my name. And I was like, what, I want us to get married so that we can do things the right way. And why won't you marry me? It's been 3 years. And he's like, I'm not ready. And at all this time, all these years, he was telling me that it could be any other day, right? So that happened, and he treated me really bad. And then after the way that he treated me and yelled at me and told me to get out of his car with the most disrespect ever in the middle of the night, I left crying. And I went back to God, and I'm like, Lord, you sent him to me. Why? A couple of days later, this might actually be a couple parts, actually, now I'm thinking about it. It's kind of like a long story. A couple of days later, I was in my room, and I hear his mom and his mom's friend cackling in my room. And I saw my daughter's clothes moving in my room, and no one's in there, and they're like laughing. And I was confused. And I had someone reach out to me saying that God told her to call me. And when I told her what happened, and I don't know how, I just, and I knew I wasn't crazy. I knew that this happened. Like, it wasn't, like, when I told her this, I didn't think that I was crazy. I knew that this happened, that they were in the room, cackling, touching her clothes. And she said, hey, that sounds like witchcraft. The moment I realized that it was witchcraft, the moment that God opened the veil from my eyes for me to see what was going on spiritually, was the moment that World War III broke out in my life. And these witches attacked me relentlessly. At the same time, I was getting deliverance. Man, the story is very, very extreme. I was getting pushed in my home by things I didn't see. I was seeing figures standing in front of me. I couldn't sleep in peace. I was getting woken up. I was getting tapped, and my daughter was manifesting in her sleep. We were getting like supernaturally attacked by things that we had no idea. We were waking up with scratches on us. We had bags under our eyes, like that were just like, our skin was almost like old people's skin. We were hearing ringing in our ears. We were just experiencing like a darkness in our home, like a darkness almost like you can't even breathe. But it wasn't that we couldn't breathe. It was that there was spirits sent to our home. We experienced a lot of attacks, and God had to help me get through these attacks. The veil was removed from my eyes, and I can see clearly what was going on spiritually. And these people also started to gang stalk us, and they started to walk around our home, walk around our apartment. I started to not get any sleep. I started to feel like I was having out-of-body experiences every other day, and my daughter was crying for these people, wanting to die because these people put some type of love spells and stuff where we felt like we were just bound to them. We were having dreams of being buried under their yard, and it was just a lot going on, really. I literally have so much to even explain about this, but when God removed the veil and I saw how much he loved me and how much he protected me throughout these attacks, I wanted to serve him. And I wanted to serve him too because I didn't want to get attacked anymore. These attacks were very extreme. I never experienced anything like this in my life. And that's who I am. Someone who survived witchcraft and learned the truth about what's going on, and got taken out of deception, got delivered from all type of demonic strongholds. And so I live for Christ. I love Christ. And we're like this now. We have like the best relationship. And God started to reveal to me what he's called me to do in this life. And these things that I experience happen for a reason, so I can help other people to get free. I pray this bless somebody. Y'all have a blessed and wonderful day. Bye.